Welcome, terrific Taurus. My name's Rose Smith and I'm here with your Tarot Horoscope for February 2020. Thanks for watching me, and please subscribe to my channel if you find this helpful. Don't forget to click the notification bell. So we have a quieter month this month, relatively speaking, when we're comparing to what's happened in the last few months. So just last month we had a couple of eclipses, and we've got 6 eclipses this year. So there really is a lot going on in the heavens, dragging, I guess, blocked energy up from the subconscious for all of us to heal and release. Now, when I say we have a quieter month comparatively, it's still not quite, because we have Mercury going retrograde, okay, and that date is the 18th of February until March 9, okay. So this could affect things like technology, communications, travel. You know, maybe there's some issue with your car, or perhaps if you're traveling that there's delays. I always find the technology thing oh right, okay, yeah, that always affects me. But the area of your life depends on your chart, your individual chart, of course, and it's always a good idea to watch not only your sun sign but your rising and moon signs if you know them. Okay, so for you, I'll come to that in a minute, but on the 8th, Venus, your ruler, is going into your 12th house, terrific Taurians. This brings a beautiful, calm and peaceful energy into your subconscious. Well, it's already there, but it's being released and you're becoming aware of it, basically. And so people will start to see a sort of more cooperative spirit around you, an appreciation of beauty and art, and this need to have things around you that are beautiful, and to find the beauty within your own self, most importantly. Venus is in love with love. She loves romance, really loves it. And with Venus down there, you could be attracting many different sorts of people into your life in February, and they just sort of recognize there's something about you that is special. So and because it's your ruler, it's more so, you know, your ruling planet has like this huge influence over your life. And the 12th house is the house of the goddess, okay. So this is this sort of ethereal energy that people can't quite put their finger on, but they know there's something different about you, and something very sort of alluring and attractive about you. Okay, so that's good news. The 9th sees a full moon in your 4th house of home and family. So full moon always is about transformation and bringing things up. This month the focus is on your spirituality, your home and family, and also your friends. So with a full moon there, some issues. It could be to do with a family member, or it could actually even be to do with your actual physical home as well. But home and family will feature. The 9th, I just said that was on the 9th. The 18th, okay, so here we come to Mercury Retrograde. And that's to March 9th, and that's in your 11th house of connections, groups, friends and hopes and dreams. It starts off there, and then it goes back into your 10th house, which is your career and your mission in life. So with Mercury there, you could find old friends coming back from the past, because Mercury, when Mercury is retrograding, often brings back the past. So it could be old friends and connections. It could be a dream that you had a long time ago that you just couldn't action. You just couldn't, play out and bring to fulfillment. So those old dreams and hopes might come back again for you to have another go at, to see if there's anything different. And then moving into your 10th house, it's like maybe an old job. You might hear news of an old job, a job that you used to do. Perhaps there's another opportunity there for you if you're looking for that. Okay, so Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto are there in your 9th house, and this is all about reviewing, reassessing and redoing. Pluto and Saturn, they can sort of have this bit of a little ding-dong thing going together where you have these karmic forces, these transpersonal forces from way back in spirit coming forward, and then Saturn, very traditional and conservative, who wants you to play by the rules and do things the right way. Okay, and again, it could be to do with your spirituality. You might be changing your mind about something, or getting maybe more focused about your spiritual beliefs. And the 9th house is all about higher learning. So it's higher abstract concepts rather than your everyday sort of learning. And there's also energy there for travel and overseas, so you might have overseas connections coming up or something like that. 19th sees Sun go into your 11th house, joining Neptune already there. You become more aware about your friends and your associations. You know, it's like, well, maybe I don't need all these sorts of associations. Maybe I'm just going to cut back some, all these Facebook friends that I never hear of or hear from, and we don't engage. So maybe you cut back on your Facebook friends, but you could let in your normal everyday life, you could let go of some people to open the door so that new people can come into your life. The 23rd, the new moon in your 11th house again. So new beginnings, new friendships, new associations, and maybe even new hopes and dreams. So that's exciting. And Uranus is already there in your 1st house and continues to stay there. And this is like shaking up your identity, your ideas about who you are. Who are you? Are you portraying yourself as you really are? And so often identity encompasses things like, what we wear, the perception that we want to put out into the world about who we are. And so you could be having a bit of a shake-up over an extended period of time about who you really are. Now, let's look at the tarot and see what we can see. I'll do a short sort of psychic channeling before I pick each card, and I'll do a psychic summary at the end for you terrific Taurians. Okay, so here's our tarot board, and I've already shuffled the cards, so I'm going to pull a card for each week of the month and see what comes out for Taurus in February 2020. That they've just jumped out, so I'm going to go with those. But before I actually look, I'll just close my eyes. I've got stairs in front of me. There's action to be taken, terrific Taurians. You are climbing these stairs, and I feel a sense of tiredness around it. It's like you've been climbing up for a long time now, and I'm looking down the stairs, and you've come a long way. You should be proud of yourself, because this is not easy. And you've been on this journey, and unfortunately stair climbing is part of it. Okay, so you're ascending in consciousness and evolving. There's something else. Just a sec. Okay, they're telling me, okay, there's a sort of landing coming up where you're going to take a little break. Okay, because I just feel the tiredness around you, and it's too much. So you'll be having a break very shortly. But let's have a look on the first card, and we have the 3 of Wands. This is a very inspirational sort of energy in the first week of Feb. There could be other people involved. These could be family members or even work associates. There's a joint project here. See the 3 baseball bats, and you're the three of you are holding these baseball bats, and the woman in the middle is wearing red. It's about action. This woman here is wearing black, so something that is hidden you're bringing into reality, and this is white. This is some sort of awareness that you already have. So a group project could be a work project, could be a family project, or something to do with a home. Kids doing a project at home, maybe for their parents, or the parents' home has to be sold to be downsized. There's something to do with the home. I'm just getting that psychically actually while I'm talking to you. But you have to work together. Now, I want to let you know there is a few glitches with this. It's not all perfect. It does work out in the end, but just try to stay calm. There's a lot of motivation underneath here, like fiery energy to get it done, and you will get it done. It just has a few glitches. Sometimes this can be like a three-legged race, you know, three people. Usually a three-legged race you have like two people with three legs. This is a three-legged race with three people, and it's not always as smooth as you would like it to be, okay, but you will get there. Success is at hand, so keep doing what you're doing, okay. So won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Now let's look at the second week of February for you, dear Taurians, and I'll see what comes up. Oh, that one's upside down. I don't do reverse cards. There's enough negativity in the deck just as it is, you know. But when I say negativity, you know, that's the perception initially, that things can be negative, but you know, everything that happens does actually happen for our highest good. So there's always a silver lining. So I want to encourage you to always look for that. I'll just close my eyes. I've got yellow in front of me. Sunlight, insight, warmth, comfort, security. And they're showing me now it's a pentacle. So this could be do with your possessions. I was just talking about the family home then a minute ago. It could be your personal possessions or also your finance. Okay, so there's a bit of a break in the weather if you've had sort of issues around money. Maybe in the second week of February, it appears a bit brighter for you. Okay, so let's choose a card now. Choose a card for the second week of February. Second week of February. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so we got the moon. All right, so I was just seeing the sun, and this is the moon. In some ways, that is like the opposite to the sun, but it's all about illumination anyway. Now I can see this is sort of stopped. I don't know why. It's very humid here. It's actually like a steam bath, you know, because we had fires, really bad fires, mega catastrophic fires, and now we've got flooding. But yeah, my equipment doesn't seem to be working properly. So here we go. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. So we've got the moon here, and the lady's looking at the moon, and on her face, if you look closely, you can actually see there's a wolf. This is about learning, okay? This is a different type of illumination to the sun. The sun is like the male energy. This is the feminine energy. So you get in touch with your feminine side, which is the being receptive. It's not about thinking or doing, it's about allowing all that is. So things to come up from your subconscious in the second week of February if you're a terrific Taurian. Okay, I really don't know why that's happening. This is the second time today. It's just crazy. None of these buttons work. All right, okay, so we'll just do it this way. Third week of February for terrific Taurians. Okay, there's a door here. It's had a chain on the door, so there's been a boundary put up to you but I see that chain coming off and the door opening up. So doors always represent like new opportunities and things coming your way. I can now see letters, envelopes. This is news, and I'm opening an envelope. So you could get news about a new opportunity in the 3rd week of February. Okay, so let's see what card comes up for you. 3rd week of, oh, and that one literally jumps out, and it is the 8 of Wands. This could be to do with your money circumstances because it's an 8, traveling very quickly. This is like activity, and it's also flashes of brilliance in your mind, things coming up in your mind, and you could be feeling extremely motivated 3rd week of February, like you really want to get stuff done, and this very fast energy around you. It's sort of excitement, actually. You know, you could be feeling very excited about a project, and there might be money involved. Okay, now we're going to look at the last week in February. Closing my eyes. Last week in February. Just looking for. Okay, now I've got a small tree here that's been planted. It's not very old. Okay, so trees can be your family tree, something to do with your family, and you do have that in your horoscope, that there's a lot of transformation there. You could have a new family member, somebody being welcomed into the family, or news of a pregnancy. I see the tree being transferred from one place to another place, so maybe somebody in the family is moving somewhere. Okay, so relocation of the tree, relocation of the family tree. The other possible definition of what I'm seeing is the tree can represent yourself. Okay, so a younger version of you that is coming back to you with Mercury Retrograde. You're starting to remember yourself in the past, all these memories coming up, and maybe making friends with that part of yourself so that you get that newfound energy in yourself. Okay, all right, let's see what card comes up for you, terrific Taurus. And we're going to go with this one. Okay, so this is Swords, and it's the 4 of Swords. Time for a rest, and especially if you've been thinking like a crazy person and really overthinking matters. Okay, this shows you that in the last week of February that you need a rest, and you need to have some time out and time to yourself for self-pampering and radical self-care, because you could get exhausted, okay, if you're not careful. There is a bird in the background, so there's freedom. I can see the moon there in the background, and it's a bird with a white tail, it looks like. And so there's some freedom for you. I know birds don't normally fly at night. Somebody will probably write that. Birds don't fly at night. Well, they're not supposed to, but they actually do. I have birds around here. They start in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, you know, with their noise. So waking me up, basically. But birds represent freedom, okay? Looking at the big picture. So the big picture is you need some rest the end of February. So please bear that in mind. Swords, take control of your brain. Don't let your thoughts control you. You're in charge of your head, okay? Not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are separate to your thoughts. Your thoughts are a tool, and they're a product of your brain, but you are a product of your spirit. In fact, you are your spirit, okay? So, yeah, please take it easy. End of February. Now, I'll just close my eyes and do psychic summary for you, terrific Taurians. Okay, I'm in a situation here. It's like a shaman circle, and in the middle there's a statue on a pedestal. So I'll just say on that point, you know, it's probably not a good idea to put people up on a pedestal and think that they're higher than you. Nobody is higher than you. We're all equal in spirit. So, you know, a person's not any more important than any other person. If you want to think of it as like children, you wouldn't say that an adult is higher or more important than a child, because they're just at different levels of development, okay? And that's, you know, in some way, we're all like children. I mean, get me in the kitchen and I'm like a 2-year-old trying to work the stove. Excuse me, my throat. Okay, so yes, I'm seeing this statue and it's starting to move, and it's got the sword. It's got the sword in its hand. And so the sword can actually be, I know some people don't like the sweet of swords, but swords can actually be really, really positive in your life, because this is your thinking. And the sword, this is like representative of Excalibur, the sword of truth. This is the ability of your thoughts to cut, dissect and analyze so that you can make a decision about something. And that's great. But we want that in balance, so that you're not thinking a situation. It's important to have it, especially when you're dealing with money. You want to be thinking very, clearly about what's going on. But that's not what life is. There's more to life than just that. So please, wield your sword with care. Wield your thoughts with care. Because we need to run our thoughts through our hearts, otherwise, we could not be compassionate. We could be, thoughts just by themselves can be ruthless. So, there is a warning with that. Okay, anything else for Taurus? I've got travel around some of you. I'm in an aircraft now. It could just be, taking the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Because there's more going on here than what meets the eye. And now they're showing me a silver spoon. So those people that were fortunate enough to be born into wealthy families with a silver spoon, well, that's lovely. But, there's more to life than just that, So try and put your life into balance if you've got a lot of money, because honestly, having a lot of money can be very problematic. If you identify with that money and you think the money is actually representing you or is you are not the money, okay? You are an infinite being that lives forever. Okay, terrific Taurus, I hope that's helped you. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the notification bell. Have a wonderful February. Okay, thanks again and bye for now.
Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.